This is my favorite graph. Hey, I even have a little thing here.
And
Okay,
this is
so,
in the book on page 27 as well, if you want to follow in your book.
so I got a point of matter. So, one thing, you know, if you've ever phone banked or canvassed, every time everybody comes back, they'll come back and they'll go, how many ones did you get? How many ones did you get? I got 15 ones. Okay, so let's define. What's a 1, what's a 2, what's a 3, what's a 4, what's a 5? So what that is they're asking the question, who do you support? So for example, in Montana, we asked, in this upcoming election for the U.S. Senate, who do you support? Conrad Burns, the Republican, or John Tester, the Democrat? Or are you undecided? And then they would say, oh, I support John Tester. Okay. Do you lean that way, or would you consider yourself a strong supporter? A strong supporter is a 1. Hey! 2s, 3s, and 4s. If somebody says they're undecided and they won't say that they lean one way or the other, that's a 3, right down the middle. But if they're undecided, or if they're a supporter but they're a weak supporter, they're a 2, 3, 4. 4, they're starting to go to the dark side. They haven't quite gotten there yet, but they're thinking about it. And 5s have gone to the dark side. They were supporting Conrad Burns. We don't like them. Thank you anyways. So that's the one way we think about people. Then we want to think about their vote history. Oh, and how do you get this information? You call them. You visit them. The only way to absolutely get that information is by talking to them. Okay, so here we have vote history. So oftentimes the other thing, people will come and say, how many ones did you get? How many ones? How many ones? The other thing they'll say is, we're contacting 4 out of 4s. What's a 4 out of 4? Okay, what it means is it's clearly a frequent or an always voter, but my follow-up question to that is, which elections? If you do an always, a 4 out of 4, if your definition of a 4 out of 4 is a person who voted in this general, the primary, the last special election, which by the way, in Denver when I voted there, it was like me and 6 people. We had like 5% turnout. So if you choose that one, and then the last general, okay, that's crazy. That's, so you need to understand what is your 4 out of 4. I recommend 4 similar elections. Okay? So 4 out of 4 voters sometimes vote. These are people who vote sometimes, but not all the time. These guys tend to be your GOTV targets. GOTV stands for? Yeah. Thank you. If you see here, it says 0 out of 0s. That's new registrants. Never forget, never treat people who haven't had a chance to vote as people who have never voted. Okay? So sometimes voteds are people who maybe they'll come out, maybe they won't, and new registrants. And then this bottom one here, never voted. Okay? They've been registered, but they've never voted.